Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am excited about this topic today. I'm going to teach very simply on the three reasons why your business isn't as profitable as you would like it to be. We're going to have a conversation today around profit. And then I'm going to open up and do a live Q&A, which means simply you can ask me anything. I do these live Q&As maybe once a quarter. It's my honor to be able to be a resource to my community, and I'll answer any question that's on the floor during the time that I'm here. And if there are not any questions, then that's fine too. If there are, I'll answer as many as I can in the time that's allotted. I'm so excited to be here. This is one of my favorite things to do. Now, I have my game day shirt on because in my home today, it's all about football. And every Sunday until the Super Bowl happens, it's all about football. And I don't really watch football until the Super Bowl and that time of the year. So usually means on Sunday I have an opportunity to be super creative and do some really fun things. And I thought today what I want to do is support you around your sales. Now, I want you to keep in mind to make the most of this live today, it needs to be interactive. That means that you have got to show up. All right. So if you agree to show up, I want you to write, I'm going to show up. Hashtag I'm going to show up. Now, this live Q&A is only as great as your ability to show up live and ask questions. I'm going to start initially, I'm going to teach a little around this idea of how can you be more profitable in business, and based on 21 years in business as a coach, business coach, and as a life coach, and supporting thousands of women go from scratch, build their businesses literally from a concept to being able to monetize those concepts and launch even when they didn't know how to get started. I'm going to talk a little bit about that perspective and that experience that I've had. And I hope that as a result of what I've seen, you get to stand on my shoulders, and that from now until the end of the year, you will do business differently. Now, of course, I'm a coach, I'm a business coach. And if you're smart and you're sharp and you are ready and you're ready to step into learning how I can support you at any time, you can always sign up for a strategy session with me at miaredrick.com. The link will be provided there, and I'll give you a link also if you ever want to just book an appointment for a strategy session with us, either me or a member of my team, so we can see how we can help you package what you do. Now, today it's all about profits, and let's be clear that if you're in business and you're not profitable, you're not going to stay in business. Can we agree? So if you agree, I want you to write, I agree, in the chat. I'm going to look here. I'm on a couple of platforms, so let me check here. I agree, because again, this live is only going to be as great as your ability to show up. It is a live Q&A. I'll answer your questions at the end of teaching, all right? But I want you to be interactive. I want you to show up for yourself and not passively be here consuming, right? Because sometimes that's what happens. We consume passively. You'll get a lot more out of the live if you show up and you are active for yourself. Okay. So as always with any of my lives, I say, hey, if you're ready, you got to say you're ready, because the only way that anything changes is to be ready. Now, who's ready to have more profits in their business? Now, can we all agree that the fact of the matter is, if you had the right clients in front of you right now, you know you have an ability to create amazing results for them, right? So how many people would say, that's me, right? And let's put it here, that's me, right? That's me. All right. So if you had the clients in front of you right now to work with, you know that you have the skill, the talent, the expertise, the education, and the ability to create amazing results for those individuals, right? So that's me. That's me, right? Now, often what gets in the way, I want to get this out of the way, is not our talent. It's not our skill. It's not our ability to service the client. It's usually another reason that you are not as profitable as you would like to be. I'm going to break those three reasons down today. And my goal is to get you to really create a shift, right? And have a sense of urgency and understanding that you don't get to do what you love to do, right? If you're not profitable in business. It means that your business is a hobby, or it means that the business isn't paying for itself, or it means that you may have become more resentful about what you're offering and thinking it's not working because one of the three things that I'm going to talk about today is happening inside of your business, right? Let me just check over here on this other platform to make sure that these guys are connected before I jump in. One second. But I would like to hear from you, even if you're watching the replay. Let me know what has been your biggest issue as it's related to profitability in your business. What has been your greatest issue as it's related to profitability in your business? So make sure you post it live, or even if you're watching the replay, what's your biggest issue? All right. Most often it's that you don't have enough customers. Maybe you don't have enough leads. Maybe you don't know how to sell or what to say to those clients in a consistent way. Maybe selling is scary for you. It could be something like that. And usually it's all of those things as well. So let's just jump in. The reason why your business isn't profitable, number one, is that perhaps you don't know how to market your services. Now, a lot of times when entrepreneurs get started in their businesses, they're so gung-ho around the services that they're going to provide, and we focus only on what our offer is going to be, like what we're going to provide for the client or what our product is going to be. And it's the mistake that most entrepreneurs make. But the truth is, if you don't know how to market your service, then there's no one to offer your services to. Now, when I say market, what am I talking about? So in order for you to get your ideal clients, that means the people who ultimately want what you have. They're the people who say yes quickly. They're the people who raise their hand and say, you're for me, right? In order for you to be positioned in front of those individuals, you've got to know how to market, and you need to know where to market. And often people just don't know how to do that. And if this is you, then you can write, hey, that's me. That's where I've been up until now. Well, when I got started in business, it was the exact thing. And let's be clear, when I started my company years ago, there was no Facebook Live, no Instagram Live. There wasn't even Periscope. We had Twitter and we had characters. And that was pretty much the way that you would market your business. You would have a website and drive traffic there. We had Google. You could run Google ads back then, Google AdWords. And that was the way to drive traffic to your business. And that was pretty much it. I mean, you could do mailings, direct mail to have people come as well. But we did a lot of face-to-face meetings. We did a lot of networking back then with people in networking groups. And that was primarily the way that people built their businesses, because the internet didn't operate the way it does today. Now, I can tell you this, that today you are in the best possible situation ever. We have so many opportunities to market and be in front of our ideal client. But the biggest question you probably have is, well, when I'm marketing, Mia, do I go live? And if I go live, what do I say? How do I know what to say? How do I know how to get the right audience to come to me when I am going live, right? Like, those are the questions that you have. But I'll tell you that one of the things that changed a lot in my business was exponentially was when Periscope was created. And I don't know if I'm dating myself or not. Do you guys remember Periscope? But Periscope was created, and it was a company that was owned by Twitter, and it allowed you to go live. And at that time, I wanted to practice going live, but I didn't invite anyone to follow me, right? Because I wanted to simply practice the live, because I had never gone live before. And I actually just wanted to practice that I could cut my camera on and cut it off successfully. But somehow through that whole process, I ended up building a huge following, on Periscope. Thousands of people loved my short messages, loved what I was teaching, loved what I shared about how I believe you build your business around your life. I shared my personal stories about how my husband had a kidney transplant. And because I had built my business before I needed it, when I needed my business, I could show it for my family. And so today I take a stand for women not to use their family as an excuse or any situation. Understand that the investments that you make in yourself, let's be clear, your family, they're the benefactors of your personal investments. And that means your mindset growth. That means anything that you do in your business to accelerate any level of success that you're creating. And I learned that from my own personal experience. And it informs my coaching in every aspect of what I do. And it's the reason why when I'm working with women, whether some of them have started working with me and they were stay-at-home moms and they had no idea what they were going to do. And they also didn't see value in what they did as a mom, right? And I've been able to support so many women that way, understand that no, that's a whole business. Like you are an entire system based on what you know how to do really well to make that family go. And there are other people in the world that would really love to learn from you. Or maybe I have a client who is a physician who's just burnt out of the factory model of clients coming in and not really being able to give them the kind of care that they want and with their own methodology, and helping those individuals build their own proprietary system and process to do life the way they want to have more time freedom, to package their knowledge in a whole different way, maybe to license what they do and sell some level of intellect back to a corporation or a hospital system or an agency that might need what they have, and for them to create different options as it relates to freedom. You see, a lot of us are so linear as it relates to what freedom can look like. We've heard people talk about freedom and it almost sounds like a joke. Like it sounds like something that's not real. When I think about freedom, okay, I hope you guys are getting value. When I think about freedom, I think it's all about me being able to choose powerfully for myself. It means that I get to make informed choices about where I want to be and when I want to be there, be wherever, and that it's based on my own priority system. So if I wanted to be at my kids' games and my work was in conflict with that, one of the things that I really want to do was build work around my life and not the other way around. And if that's you, I want you to write, that is me. So I decided, 21 years ago to create a movement to show women that that was absolutely possible. And that I personally, in my own life, would lead from the front. I would be courageous and brave for myself. And I knew that settling for a life that created quiet desperation for me, that made me every single Sunday night think about, oh my God, I've got another week of this. I've got to deal with this person here. Or better yet, I didn't want the plaque. I was not that person that was excited about the corner office or getting some kind of plaque that said, hey, you completed, another year of service and you're awesome. I knew that what was meant for me was greater than that. And I wanted to use my skills at the highest and tallest level. So learning to market my services simply by being myself, using live as a platform, a tremendous platform on Periscope, allowed me to do that. It allowed me to tell my story this way. And it allowed me to connect with women who wanted to work with another woman who was authentic, standing in her truth, standing in her value, and who was changing her life as a result of it. So fast forward, as a result of using Periscope, thousands of women started to come and sign up for my group coaching programs. And I'm talking about me, but I want you to think about you, how you could leverage some of these live platforms so that you could get right in front of your audience, and that, there would be people who would say, man, I really love her. I feel like I'm getting to know her, right? Because of you sharing your stories authentically. It doesn't benefit anyone for you to have your gifts and your talents and keep them to yourselves and to yourself. And in fact, your gifts are not even for you. Your gifts are meant for you to give them away. I want to pause. I want to check in. Today, I'm talking about the reason why your business isn't profitable. And there are 3 reasons I'm going to share with you. The first that I'm sharing right now is that you don't know how to market your services. And when we think about marketing our services, some of us are afraid when we think about some of these live platforms and going live and reaching people or creating a reel, and we just don't know the format. We just don't know what to say. We just don't know how to be connected. But if you don't know how to do that, then you need to mentor with someone that you like watching their lives. And you need to say, hey, I want to work with you so you can teach me how to do that. Because if that is what is getting in the way of your profitability, you got to have a sense of urgency to solve it. Am I clear? Does this make sense? Maybe not marketing your services is you don't even know the audience that needs what you have. Meaning, if you're too broad, right? Like sometimes we think, what I do, I work with everyone, right? Like, come on, you don't work with anyone, everyone. I don't work with everyone. I work with people who are women who are smart and they're sharp and they know it. All right. They have an ability to create results for others. They're the go-to person at their thing. So no matter what it is, they're the person that everyone goes to have it solved. Those are my people. And they want to know how to take what they do and they want to package it into a high ticket product or service. They might already have a service where they're trading time for dollars, maybe charging $150, $300, $500 an hour. Or they might have an idea about how to take all of their years of experience and put it in a structure, but they're not sure how to do it, right? So I'm very specific around who it is that I work with. They're authentic. They are giants in every way. They're high integrity people and they love God. Those are the people I work with. All right. So the fact of the matter is, think about you. And if you were thinking about the ideal person that you wanted to work with, how would you describe her? How would you talk to her? Now, here's the funny thing. A lot of times people think like, hey, if you say that's who you work with, that's who I work with too. But mine is very personal. I actually work with people who are very much like myself, giants, right? In ambition, in ability, in capability, in accountability. I work with people who say yes and figure it out. I work with people who commit. And the thing is, what I've learned over the years is for myself is that people who are always on the fence, they never do anything. It's the people who can say yes and they just are faith walkers for themselves. And you need to think about your ideal client. Is that a person that is hemming and hawing all the time? Is it a person that can't commit? Is it a person that's not proactive? Is it a person that's not accountable? Is it a person that, so you want to be in front of the right demographic. And when you're in front of the right demographic and you have an ability to create results for them, then you're talking magic. Sometimes if what you're offering, you're working with people who have had some issues in terms of showing up proactively, like they're overcoming their habits of being proactive, or maybe they're people who are recycling sometimes pain and difficulty over and over again. You need to work with the people who actually want to come out of that, not the people that want to keep talking about what happened 100 years ago, but the people who want to say, as a result of that happening, this is where I'm going and I'm looking for support to go there. And sometimes just changing your marketing message just like that allows you to be in front of people who are ready to say yes now. Does that make sense? Are you getting value? All right. Today, I wanted to pop on and share the 3 reasons why I know you're not as profitable as you need to be. And marketing is one of the biggest reasons. Not having the right audience, not having the right message, not knowing what to say, what to do in front of that audience. And if that is you, I can tell you it's a learnable skill. And this idea of you teaching yourself how to do it is the reason you're not profitable, because you're wasting time and because you have a lack of urgency around being profitable. Is the reason you're not profitable. I'm just breaking this down, right? And I know it'll step on your toes, but the truth of the matter is, what steps on your toes more is not selling more this week. And if there's something that I'm saying to you that really supports you in understanding how to do things differently, that's what I'm here for. That's why I'm here. Number 2. All right. The second reason why I believe that people aren't as profitable is that you don't know how to charge for what you do. Should I drop a mic? Okay. You don't know how to charge for what you do. So this is like a tale as old as time, right? And not knowing how to properly assess what you should be charging for the transformation you're bringing your clients. And it is the thing that is the reason why your business is not where it needs to be. It is the first thing that I fix in clients who already have a business and that come to work with me. Is the first thing that I fix for them. The fact of the matter is, getting them to understand how to charge and stand in their value is very important part of profitability. And I see so many people, maybe this is you, undercharging, undervaluing, giving it away for free, having guilt around being successful. And let me talk a little bit about that for a minute. All right. And I would love to hear your comments. If any of this is resonating, I'm not having this conversation by myself. I'm not here by myself. I see how many people are here on this live tonight. And You need to join in, okay, in this conversation. It's not just me. I hear it, Mia. I get it, Mia. Right? That is me. Okay, I'm ready to change this. You need to join in because I'm here for you, but you got to be here for me as well. All right, so um, what I see with really, really successful people already who are in business, that sometimes there's a level of guilt and shame that you have when it comes to standing in your value because you feel like I'm already successful, and there's a level of responsibility that you feel sometimes when you are offering your services, sort of like I couldn't possibly ask for this because you know, like you just feel guilty, shame around asking for your clear value. And if this is you, I want you to write, this is me. Well, the truth of the matter is, if you don't charge what you're worth, you'll never work with the right client. You won't work with a client that will fully value what you do. And I'm going to break this all the way down. And I know this is going to step on somebody's toes. The fact of the matter is, over the years, I've always charged high ticket. From 21 years ago, I was charging $2,500 for a coaching program with me. I've never sold less than $2,500 for a group coaching program with me. Right. So, and here it is. I started my business as a mom coach, not as a business coach. And there would be plenty of people over the years that would have said $2,500, right? That help somebody be a mom. People try to minimize what it is that you do when you get started. But the fact of the matter is, I knew that based on what I was teaching my audience, that teaching them what I knew how to do was going to be transformative in their life. I thought, what is the price of divorce, right? What's the cost of divorce? If I don't help this woman really figure out how to step into motherhood, womanhood at the highest and tallest level, she's going to lose her marriage. All right. And that's going to cost her a lot more than $2,500 working with me. But if I'm able to support her with strategies and tools so that she becomes more clear about who she is as a woman, she'll be a better mother. She'll be a better wife. She'll be better at every single thing that she's doing. She'll add value to the world. And so that comes with a price. And I will tell you that the way that I've seen change happen with my clients over the years, I really say to myself, like, no matter what I've charged, my clients actually cannot pay me for what I've done for them. Because most of my clients and your clients might pay you whatever it is that you're asking. And yet the transformation that you bring to them is over and over and over again. It's a lifetime. And of course they will build on it, right? They will grow. But the reality is that I work with a lot of people that have had no idea, not one clue what they were going to do. And as a result of working with me, they become clear on what their business is, what their skill is, how to package it at the highest level. And today, their lives are unrecognizable, operating in their gifts when they had no idea before. There's no price on them. Like, there literally is no value around that. I mean, that you could associate, like, what price would be big enough for that, right? So when you're hemming and hawing over standing in your value, I can tell you that that's the reason why your business isn't profitable. Most of my clients, like my therapists, a lot of my medical folks, when I'm able to support them in their businesses to go from a model of charging by the hour, which is a mentality, by the way, and I show them how to divorce that and package their intellect and value it in completely different ways. And I show them why the price is the price. I break it down, because if you don't understand the price and why it is the price, then you can never walk a client through your full value. And it's so important. This is why I don't get my clients to Google search prices or see what someone else is charging to figure out what they should be charging. It has nothing to do with that. If someone doesn't know their value, right, and you Google search them, then you get their value. And if they don't really know their value, they just came with a number because they looked at somebody on Google, then you get their value. And so it's not about copying what somebody else does as it relates to, like, they do what I do like this. The question is, what do you do that's different? I'll give an example, and I use this example all the time. I'll have someone that will say to me, Mia, I want to work with you as my coach, but I was talking to this other coach, and this coach is less than you. And I often say, listen, if that person does what I do for that price, you should work with them. Okay. But what I know is that they don't have the results and they don't have the proof, right? And they too are not implementing the things that they're teaching that individual. And so when the client's able to see for themselves, I become the obvious choice. Let me explain what I just said to you, which is a whole nugget. Okay. You have to know what to charge, how to charge for what you do. You got to understand what you do that's different than everyone else. I mean, sure, you're going to have tons of people in this landscape today. Everybody says, hey, I can help you package and price and position and find buyers. Right. How many people have you helped do that? The reality is, how much proof do you have that you've done it, old and new? If you're great at what you do, you've done it in the past, and you likely have a history of having accomplished the exact same thing. It's one of the reasons why I put together one of my testimonial reels, right? We have two. One is 4 hours of clients just saying, hey, this is what I got working with me. This is what I did. I packaged this for $5,000, packaged this for 10 grand and sold it. Sold this thing for 25,000. Didn't know what I was going to do. As a result of working with her, I learned what I was going to do. And now I'm doing media. It goes on and on and on. And I want you to think about that, because if you don't know how to charge what you do, the question is, how are you going to get clear on how to charge and stand in your value? What are you going to do that's going to make a difference? All right. I want to check in. All right. Are you getting value, or are you getting value? Let me look over here also on the comment section. I would love to hear from you, of course, because one second, I have to, we're everywhere, right? So I need to just make sure. One second. All right. Are you getting value, or are you getting value? Is this making sense, right? And my only goal is to support you today with really being able to understand that being profitable in business is not an optional thing. And if you are in your business and you go week after week after week and you don't know where your sales are coming from, you probably need to fire yourself as a salesperson. You probably need to get yourself in some level of a coaching program to learn how to sell and how to close. All right. Because without that, you're not in business. It's always interesting to me when I will meet people who are really, really talented and gifted and so smart at what they do. And yet, when it comes to that selling process, they're willing to struggle. They're not willing to make the investments at the highest and tallest level, time, money, and commitment. Listen, imagine this. Imagine if you invested, I'm making it up, $15,000 in yourself to learn to sell. But once you learned how to sell $15,000, which is a significant investment, hear me on it. But then you learned from that moment on how to sell your high ticket offer, which was, let's say, $5,000, right? So now you sell, as a result, you weren't selling any before, but you invest $15,000 to learn how to sell. And now from learning how to sell, you now make $100,000. You close 20 sales in a year, right? Think about that return on investment. Most of us don't have the mentality to look at investing in ourselves that way. You got to be ready. You got to think like a person that wants to be profitable in business. I just want to break that down. Number three, the third reason why your business isn't as profitable as you would like it to be is that, oh, this is a tough one. You don't know how to have a sales conversation. And that is fact. Now, I will tell you, there are people who are in front of the right market. They have people who see what they do, know your expertise, know that you are a rock star. And then the moment that you have a sales conversation or someone on your team, you blow the sale over and over and over again. And you've been saying to yourself, like, what's going on? I did a live the other day and said, look, if you're closing less than 30% of the people you talk to, it's time for you to get some coaching around that. It's time for you to invest in yourself at the highest and the tallest level to fix that. Because the moment that you fix that, you fix profitability center in your business. Does it make sense? This idea of not knowing what to sell, how to sell in your business, not knowing what to say in your business to close a sale. It is a thing for so many people. And when it is a problem, it means that you cannot sell systematically. Are we clear? Not selling systematically means that you get on each sales call. I know I'm calling you out, okay? You get on each sales call and they all look different. Every single call that you're like, they're all different. Like, There's nothing systematic about what you're doing and how you're saying it. And I will tell you that if that is you, you don't have a process. It is the reason why the business isn't as profitable as you would like it to be. It is one of the things that I'm addressing at my event in November called the sell method, because I have a sales method that's proven. I've taught so many clients over the years who have had no ability to sell at all. Okay, how to attract that client and how to get the client to ask you for the sale. And it's a completely different mindset around selling that makes it so much easier than what we've learned, the ways that we've learned to sell, which is more like a car salesman, right? That's how a lot of people think of selling. But there's an organic and natural process that you can use to sell. I will tell you, if you don't know how to have a sales conversation doesn't even mean that the client's booked an appointment with you. A sales conversation can literally be that you're out at dinner and you meet someone that could potentially use your services. It's not knowing how to turn that warm lead potentially into a call and eventually a customer, right? A lot of times we miss opportunities because we choke. Are you choking? Right? Are you choking? And you know if you're choking in your sales process because you'll look at your sales for last week and you can say, what did I do last week? How much uh, revenue did I bring into my company last week? Did my cash register ring last week? And if it didn't, it is likely because you don't know how to have a strategic sales conversation. And that is one of the primary investments that you have to make in your business to learn how to do that. There's no sense in doing the marketing and having the leads and having the packages and then blowing it all because you don't know what to say to the customer to have the customer say yes. Are we clear? And if we're clear, I want you to write, I am clear, even if you're watching this as a replay. I'm so fired up. I wanted to do this live tonight, and I wanted to talk specifically about the 3 reasons why your business likely is not profitable and what you can do about it. And I equally want to invite you all to, you could always book a strategy session with us if you're looking for coaching as it relates to group coaching, or you're looking for private consultation or VIP day. There are clients who book and come to my office in Baltimore, or when I'm abroad, to work with me directly. And if that's something of interest, you need to book a strategy session with me. There's a link that's here that I've already posted in the comment section. I'll just put it right here and let me show you the link, right? So you can screenshot it there. I would say additionally, if you are in that place where you are looking for, one second, an event, a weekend where you can learn how to sell at your highest and your tallest level, I invite you to join me in Baltimore, November 10th through 12th for the Sell Method. It's my signature event. It's my last event of the year. And I'm going to tell you, listen, I always keep my promises. People come to my event, they apply what I teach them, give them a couple of weeks, give them a couple of months, and then I come back and I share with you the results and transformation that they created as a result of the experience. And I would love for you to be one of our next rock stars, but you've got to be ready. We have an early bird special right now, which is ending soon, and you can save $500 on the ticket. So I just posted the link for the Sell Method here. I'll also show, okay, no, that's for the strategy session. And for the Sell Method, here's the link right here, okay? So screenshot it, all right? And here's the coolest part about the Sell Method. Not only will I be teaching my proprietary system, the Sell Method, which will address many of the things that have gotten in the way of you packaging what you do at the highest level, and also how to market in today's time and how to price and value what you do so that you aren't underselling and undercharging what you do. Not only that, you'll have the opportunity for your first time ever probably to meet giants, women your own ambition level and above. And I love connecting women to their people. And if that's something you've been craving, you've been wanting, we don't have, my events are not superficial. They're events where we come and we do the work. And it's about me giving you everything I have to help you step into the highest version of yourself, right? I don't want your likes. I want your testimonials. And I can only do that if I give you, right, everything I got so that it's real and true and you create great results. We've got an amazing group of speakers that are coming also, and they're your speaker mentors all weekend long. One of the experts is Joyce Bone of Millionaire Moms. She's my mentor. She's the only mentor I know who has hit over $100 million in two separate businesses. And I know she's going to be great because she's going to help you understand the mindset of starting from scratch with nothing, literally, to being able to grow two companies to 100 million. And like, how many opportunities have you ever had to be in a room with that level of thinking? That's what I want to bring to you. That level of thinking. Now, it's not going to be for everyone because there are some people who just simply don't feel they have the esteem for it. Like, how I'm just trying to get started in my business. Like, can I learn from someone that's hit $100 million? Well, I want to work with that person that can see themselves learning from someone like that. The event is for you. All right. Because that's what I created, that out of the box thinker, that person that wants to be in the company around a giant. And she's absolutely a giant. And then I also have one of my mentors who's made such a significant difference in my business, and I trust him tremendously. He's going to teach you guys on how to run ads, use, and also how to leverage AI in your business. And he has supported a lot of your coaches who are your 1%, your top 1% coaches with their ad strategy. And he's incredible. And I'm excited to be able to bring you someone who is proven, who has supported me in my marketing to make multi-millions of dollars. And I would say that he's one of the best coaches I've ever had, literally, that could back up every single thing that he taught me has worked. And I am so, so honored to bring him to you. And he's just a trusted friend as well. And then the third mentor speaker that's coming, who he's just such a rock star. Damon has done multiple licensing deals with, just incredible, right? Like, he's done the licensing deals for a number of television shows like Pawn Stars or The Dog Whisperer. These are $100+ million licensing deals, but he's also done deals with like Home Shopping Network and getting your brand as a product into various stores and trade lines. If you've ever thought about licensing what you do and you're not sure how to do that, you need to have your butt in the seat, right? Like, I promise you, I decided that I would do a lineup that would be unmatched, but it's not for everyone. And I understand that. It's for that person that can see themselves next year being gigantic in that business. It's for that person that can see themselves hitting their first six figures, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, or more in their business because of what they learned. It's for that person who's ready to do that work, roll up their sleeves and do, it's for that action taker. It's not for whiners, it's for winners. And it's just flat true. Okay. So if that's you, grab your ticket. I will show you the landing page and I'll come back. And when I come back, we will do a live Q&A so you can write down the questions that you have and I'll answer any questions that you might have for me. I'm just going to share with you the landing page for the sell method. So this is Shift Your Business and Your Life to the Best Version Ever. That is what the event will do. It's my promise to you. One strategy can absolutely change your life. And these are my clients just sharing. Sharonda came to my event in Baltimore called the Giant Experience, and she made her first sale within days. And it was a high ticket sale. Heidi, as a result of working with me, created her first training program and her webinar from scratch, right? So Bonica, who's the therapist, learned how to build time-rich models, right, instead of trading time. So you'll see countless stories of women who I've supported them. Evelyn, she learned how to apply my sales script and to sell high ticket. And that's a real thing. Like, you need to know what to say and how to say it and how to adjust it to you so you don't feel salesy, right? So the event's happening in Baltimore, Maryland, November 10th through 12th. And it's for those of you who can see yourselves, right, that, stepping into an elevated strategy, you want elevated knowledge and elevated implementation to grow your business, right? And the fact of the matter is, we already know it's not your talent and your skill getting in the way. It's likely the strategy, the knowledge, and implementation that you don't have that's keeping you from being as profitable as you want to be. I've already introduced you to my gorgeous mentors here. They're all incredible individuals and they're rock stars. Lisa said she learned how to monetize multiple degrees. I love that. And, you know, Michelle, she learned that monetization could happen quickly. She hit six figures as a result of working with me. Connie hit six figures as a result of working with me as well. And I love sharing those stories. I can't guarantee that that'll be your experience, but the fact of the matter is I love working with women who are able to go from $0 to being able to hit six figures and beyond as a result of implementing a strategy. And I say implementing the strategy. So the sell method will cover the mindset that you need to have to sell high ticket, to stand in your value, and to ask for what you deserve. Now, let's be clear. There is a layer of money around you that you likely have not acknowledged and you don't see. But as a result of coming to the sell method, I'm going to shift your mindset. And you will not look at casual conversations or when you go live the same again, right? It'll be changing for you. You'll also learn about your purpose, right? Like, how do you take what you're doing and how do you have greater packages that allow your ideal clients to say, I want to work with you, or media to say, I want to work with you, right? And you'll be able to align your purpose in a completely different way so that you are doing the work that you absolutely love. And then profitability. And when you get clear on how to package what you do, price what you do at the highest level and at a value that matches what you do, and how to position what you do and sell, you become more profitable. And I will teach you how to sell based on my method all weekend long. And the mentors that are there will also show you methods to be able to sell at the highest and tallest level and to attract your ideal clients. And then there's fun. On Friday night, when you guys come in, we'll have a girls' night. We call it a giant night out. And it's a soiree and reception with appetizers. And I tell you, it's going to be a really great time. And you'll get all dressed up and you get to meet these other women who, for the very first time, you're going to say, I found my people. And that's my goal, right? And I love it when my client, like Kathy, says she learned to structure her high ticket offer, or Rashida learned to package her expertise and education for high ticket. I love that, right? So you have two options. You can do a VIP ticket or a general admission ticket. Right now, you have access to either one of these, and you save $500 off for early bird. And all I can tell you is that the early bird gets the worm, because typically what I do for my early birds is, I've told you, you can save now, you can be in choice and take action right now, have a sense of urgency, or you can find out when the early bird comes down, right? So if it happens on Tuesday, it happens on Tuesday, because it's here right now. And I work with people who can say yes and figure it out, not people who need, what do you need, right? How much time do you need? You commit, and then you figure it out. All right. So the general admission ticket includes the 3-day access to the conference. And you also get the reception on Friday night and the sell method training agenda. The VIP ticket includes all of that, and as well as VIP reserved seating in the front of the room. And you also get to have a Q&A session with me, and your lunches are included every day, as well as you get a VIP bag with the workbook and event. And then there's also a post-debrief call. Both options have a payment plan. So if you decide to do the general admission, the ticket is $14.97, and the payment plan are two payments of $749. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward, I think. 1 second, let me try to do this here. All righty. All right, let's see here. If you decide that you want to do let me change it. If you decide that you want to do I think I lost my place. 1 second, guys. All right. Am I still sharing on the screen? Can somebody let me know if you can still see the screen? 1 second. Let me see. So if you decide you want to do the VIP ticket, it's roughly 1997, and you have two payments of that divided in half. So there are tons of great options that are available to you to say yes now, to commit, and then figure it out. I'm excited about having the opportunity to support those of you who are ready. And if you're ready, then I'm ready. All right. So did this have value? Or did it have value? Now, I did tell you that I was going to do a live Q&A. Ask me anything. So I'm going to open the floor right now. If you have any questions for me, now is the time. Now is the time to put your questions in, let's see, in the chat. So I just want to check over here and see if there are any questions. If you have any questions for me, now is the time to write them, and I'd love to answer any questions that are on the floor. If there are not any questions and you just came here to listen, that's cool too. But understand that the live Q&As happen usually once a quarter. I'll do them. Ask me anything, and it's my honor to be here to answer any question that you might have for me. You know, you've been a part of my community for whatever set period of time, and I know that sometimes there are questions that come up that you just want to ask, and you haven't had an opportunity to do that. So I just wanted to make that available to those of you who are in the community, or maybe even new in the community. All right. So let me see. I got to check over here just to see if there are any questions. All right. Okay. 1 second. All right. And that gives you time also to think about what your question might be. It could be something related to your business. It could also be something related to this live tonight that, yeah, okay, here we go. This live tonight that I'm having, anything that I've talked about. All right. So I'm checking here to see if there are any questions for me. Let me see. Okay. All right. Okay. Are there any other questions? Any questions? Any comments? Anything like that? Okay. I would love to support you. Okay. All right. If there are not any questions, then I'm going to sign off. I want to thank you for being here tonight. My only goal was to pop on impromptu with a live Q&A and to share what could potentially be getting in the way of you being able to be as profitable as you would like to be in your business. My goal is to be a resource to you and to support you in being able to show up for yourself and be unapologetic with your gifts and your talents. You're amazing. And there's no reason for you not to be profitable, except for those three things, right? Like literally, most often it's one of those things. You don't know how to market your services. You don't know how to charge for what you do. And you don't know how to have a sales conversation. And if that is you, all right, I hope that there's something that I've said today that really supports you to take action. All right. I want to thank you for being here. Be sure to check out the Sell Method. Be sure to check out the Sell Method. And I look forward to supporting you. I'll be live on tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, every Monday night at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I go live here. All right. Talk to you soon. Have an amazing night.